You know, there are some things in life that don't just fill our stomachs, they fill our hearts. For me, and for millions across India, one of those things has always been Maggi. Think back for a moment. A rainy afternoon, the smell of wet earth drifting through the window, and from the kitchen comes that unmistakable aroma, a mix of masala, warmth, and comfort. 2 minutes, they say. But those 2 minutes have carried decades of memories. What if I told you there was a time when this ritual, this simple joy, almost disappeared from our lives? Yes, there was a day when Maggie vanished from shelves, and with it, a piece of our everyday happiness. It was 2015. The headlines were everywhere: Maggie banned. Allegations of excessive lead content rocked the country. For a generation that grew up twisting open those yellow packets, it felt like a heartbreak. Social media was filled with sadness and disbelief. People posted photos of the last packets they had at home, holding them like old letters from a lost friend. I remember seeing empty shelves in college hostel canteens. Railway journeys without that steaming paper cup of noodles felt incomplete. Families tried replacing Maggi with other brands, but it was never the same. While the country mourned, something else was happening behind closed doors. In labs and boardrooms, the Maggi team was working tirelessly, not just to save a product, but to revive an emotion. Tests were conducted, clearances sought, and slowly, a plan for a comeback took shape. Then came November 2015. After months of absence, Maggi returned. It wasn't just a product launch, it felt like an old friend walking back into our lives. People queued up at stores, proudly holding their first post-ban packet, sharing photos with friends like they had won something precious. Maggie's comeback wasn't about flashy ads alone. It was about trust, rebuilt spoon by spoon. The brand listened, adapted, proved itself through transparency and quality, and we welcomed it back into our kitchens, our late-night study sessions, our monsoon afternoons. And isn't that what life teaches us? That we all face moments when the world doubts us, when something we've built over years crumbles overnight. But Maggie showed us that comebacks are possible, and sometimes they're even stronger than the first chapter. Today, when I stir those noodles and add that magic masala, I don't just taste food, I taste resilience. I taste the story of a brand that refused to disappear. A story that reminds us that some bonds, like the one between India and Maggi, are unbreakable. So tell me, what's your Maggi story? Because I believe we all have one.